So if you are not aware, I did sweep my Silph Regional Tournament yesterday. Sorry, I did not sweep, I won my Silph Regional Tournament. And we're going to be going over those battles, what my thought process is in Silph, and kind of just go from there. Appreciate everyone hanging out. Look at this cool and balanced team. Totally balanced. Nothing to see here. Alright. Let's see. Hopefully I don't break anything. For the uneducated, is it show 6, use 3? It is show 6, use 3. You have to register these Pokemon. The format is each Pokemon was assigned a point value, and you have 20 points to spend. I guess I'd have to bring up the card, but basically there's certain restrictions. Lickitung is a 10-point pick, so super expensive. Defense Deoxys is a 6-point pick, and then Gliscor, Snowy, Rainy, and Venusaur are all 1-point picks. And we've got Kim in here. How we doing, Kim?
What's up, Panic? Are you going over your regionals?
I am. Like
nice. Killer job, by the way. You're just like winning all of the things lately.
Yeah.
I'm doing it.
Going pretty well, so hopefully can continue it. I got Doombug in the 7th round of my last ranked tournament that I'm in. I'm 6-0 doing
No pressure.
Trying to, there's like $150 if I sweep, so no pressure at all.
Nice. That'd be a nice chunk.
Yeah, so similar to fantasy sports, you have a spending cap, exactly. Yeah. So this team is pretty popular. It's won a few different regionals. The first one that I noticed it was Linden won his regionals with Golbat instead of Gliscor. And then Speedy won his tournament with... Actually, it was House Stark who then also won. And then Speedy ran this team. And he changed out Gliscor. Also, Hot Pocket won his regional with this team as well.
Damn.
But yeah.
Good team.
Yeah, team is definitely very strong. Lickitung, Defense Deoxys, two of the best picks in my opinion. In Venture Cup, and you're gonna see me run those two into the ground basically. So if you want to see Lickitung, you are most definitely going to see it. Should be good. All right, I think that's about it. I did drop the link, so if you do ! regional, you can pull up the tournament tab there and kind of see different teams and who was entered into the tournament. There were some other elites, there were some aces, some trainers, some rivals, some challengers. We had it all. 34 trainers, and basically 3 people would be invited to Continentals, which is all of the regional winners from North America come together and fight it out to be the Continental champion. And then there's 4 continent champions, and then they go on to play in what's called World Championship in sort of a 4-person format. So there's a lot at stake, and hopefully we can continue the success and have a good Continentals run. Alright, I'm gonna jump into the first battle here.
What up, King Duxpool? Mazer up.
Mazer up. I'm gonna speed this battle up a little bit. So I've got Final Azure in the first round. It's a mirror team. So in the first line, I'm gonna run DD, Lickitung, and Snowy. The idea is to chip and dip with Defense Deoxys lead and swap Lickitung to draw out the Defense Deoxys, and then sweep with Snowy in the back as long as Rainy's not back there. So that's the game plan. So I get the DD lead, which is nice. I started turn behind, which is no big deal. But pretty annoying to have that happen in the first battle. So you're gonna go straight for the rock slide here. Basically, I want to soft lose this lead in order to lick down. I would love shield advantage, and you're gonna see me use this line and this strat a bunch of times tonight. So I'm really hoping that I can get a counter back here, and I do. So now we should be even at this point. I do have 11 attacks, so typically will lose CMP. Opponent gets counter back, so I know for a fact I'm going to lose the race here to this Psycho Boost. And I end up winning it. I don't know if they overfarmed or if I win CMP. We're gonna find out here. Okay, so they overfarm, they shield and overfarm, which is totally fine by me. I am just gonna take shield advantage at this point and then come in and lick down. Probably need a Psycho Boost. Don't need a Psycho Boost, which is nice. And we're gonna see what's in the back. Out comes their own Lickitung. So my Snowy, avoiding this is really nice. And I think I'm just gonna go 2 shield on the Snowy at this point. I'm just praying it's not rainy in the back. And with 2 shields, I can pretty much beat anything else on the team. They've got, could be Venusaur or Gliscor or their own Snowy. And with shield advantage, I think I'm in a pretty good spot. What's up, Mike? What's going on? Blue Docs, how we doing? So I'm just gonna be chipping away at this Licky Mirror. I decided to swap out just to see what's in the back in case it's a rainy. So I want to give myself an opportunity to win, and so they're not swapping out. And they make a really nice catch on their Snowy. So I knew it wasn't rainy in the back as soon as they didn't swap, and I had a feeling it was going to be snowy. So I saved in the Lickitung. It's a good idea, and I'm thinking about going for the Blizzard here. I really don't want to get Blizzarded right now, but I think I call it bait, yeah. And I just play this safe play and go for a Weather Ball here. They sneak one through. Because if they shield the Blizzard, then I'm in trouble. It's just way safer to play this way. So I end up shielding. I'm gonna overfarm. One short of the Blizzard, so if they're not properly counting, they might shield. Which they do, I swap. I throw the Body Slam, which is a bit of a mistake. I had the Power Whip, which likely would have KO'd. You're gonna see this is gonna live. Leave the Snowy with like 5 HP, and they end up bringing the Lickitung back in. I know I can live this Body Slam, so I don't need to shield, and I just go for the Body Slam. They lick me down, I'm in a really bad spot, so hopefully they're not able to lick me down. And the timer's coming up, and you can see we basically had the same HP, and I ended up winning that one on timeout, which is pretty nice and lucky.
Ooh, that is close. Yeah.
Yeah, could have been anyone. Yeah. My Snowy was a little bit healthier than theirs, so I think that could have helped. But
one of you had a shield. Which one was it?
I did have a shield.
You had a shield, so yeah, that was a good game.
Yeah. Classic Licky Mirror indeed. Yeah. Alright, so I'm gonna lock in Lickitung, Defense Deoxys, and Snowy in the back. Kind of like an ABA line week 2. DD, I'm not really expecting a DD lead. I led 2 weak in the back to DD, so I was thinking they would not lead DD and keep it in the back. See what they decide to do, and they decide to lead the DD. So this is not a horrible matchup. I can win it if I really wanted to by landing a Power Whip. I don't really feel like trying to win this because I would love a farm down on DD. Energy on DD is super valuable. And I get this Body Slam, which should put it pretty low. And I get the shield, which is totally fine by me. And once again, I'm just going to take shield advantage and look to farm down with my own DD. And you can see I even, I thought I would stop tapping a little bit there, and I just leave it just enough so that I can farm down and come out with a charge move. So I'm assuming Lickitung in the back, and then one of the cast forms. They go Psycho Boost and debuff themselves pretty early, which is nice. I have almost a Rock Slide, now I have it here. I could Psycho Boost and dip, but I'm gonna Rock Slide and just look to stay in and chip away this Licky. Once again, I'm confident that 2 shield Snowy in the back is gonna be fine. Now I go for the Psycho Boost and I'm gonna dip out. And it's CMP actually, which is totally fine by me. I think I end up eating this, yeah. And then I swap out. And it's their own Snowy. So they brought the same line, I adjusted a little bit. You know, for the Blizzard bait again. See if they just have to shield. They don't shield. It's just way safer to go Weather Ball. Blizzard is a little better TPE. And I try and call it bait again, I think I do. Just like playing really risky. But 2 shields up, it's pretty common to just throw Weather Ball there. So I build up again, and now I'm gonna shield. Because I don't want to get licked down on my DD. And maybe I even swap out here to get some extra damage on this thing, counter down. No. Over farm. They're 1 away, so I don't want to push it to CMP. And they just let it go. I think I end up swapping to counter down. And then I can just Powder Snow down here. Do shields matter in time ups? No, you don't get an advantage for having a shield. So 2-0, feeling pretty good. The mirror team, right, round 1 was pretty tough. I
like your strategy.
Yeah, I just had to kind of outpick my opponent. So I'm gonna say, okay, lead your Defense Deoxys again. I'm gonna bring my hard counter to it, which is my Gliscor. Gliscor gives more coverage to the Psychics like Mew and DD instead of Golbat. That was the main change for Speedy recommending Gliscor or Golbat. And I'm gonna bring Rainy this time because they keep leaving that Snowy back there. And I can't see them bringing Venusaur. And we actually, like, the battle glitched out, so I had to send again. Okay, yeah, and they're gonna lead Lickitung, which is a good lead. I lose this pretty badly, but I'm just gonna stay in. And try and get this Lickitung out of the way. They go Power Whip, which is interesting because then if you land 2 Body Slams it KOs. But I could have easily shielded there. I think I'm gonna try and get to the Night Slash. And they end up getting to the move, which is totally fine by me. Pretty certain I come in my own Lickitung here. I don't want to show the Rainy yet. And Lickitung could just soak this up. I really contemplated licking down. Would have been really risky, but I would have came out with a ton of energy. But I think I just farm up to 2 and then throw. What's up, X Factor? And throw it right before they're gonna get another Body Slam. Probably DD in the back. This time I have energy, which is nice. I'm gonna go for the Body Slam. Could go Power Whip, but Body Slam is just a safer play. 2 shields up, no reason to start just going for the nuke. I think about going for the power up here. Probably should have. Because now I'll just get farmed down. I could have swapped, but I wanted to get as much damage and to try and get them to 1 HP so I could water gun them down. I'm just gonna eat this. And out comes Snowy, which I predicted in the back. This game actually gets pretty close. 2 shields up because Snowy is pretty spammy. I'm just gonna start to shield. I do have to eat 1 weather ball. I have to just hope they don't blizzard me from this range. Sneak 1 through. And they let this go, which was really, really odd. And I end up tanking this one because they have 2. And then I farm down, and I think I can farm down the DD. I don't know why they didn't shield that. It would have been a little closer, but I think I still would have been okay. So yeah, that's round 1.
Nice start.
Yep, nice little 3-0, which is always good.
Yo, Panic. Kim,
Yo,
how's it going, guys?
Speedy.
Hey,
What's
what
up,
up?
dude?
Big chillin'. How's it going,
How you
chat?
doing?
I'm doing good.
Getting dinner after a pretty long stream.
that
Yeah,
was,
you know, I wanted to try longer ones, and it seemed like everybody kept sending the Element Cup battles, so I just kept doing it.
Uh-huh.
But thanks for hanging out there, Kim. That was awesome.
Yeah,
that was a lot
thanks
of
for
fun.
having. I clearly enjoy being in people's streams, as you can see.
Well, we learned a lot, right? Like the
I
meta.
mean, I totally did. Yeah, totally did. I want to try the tentacle quite a bit.
Yeah, I'm definitely bringing it. Panic, I wanted to ask you before you go to the next round.
Yeah,
You got
man.
the mirror for round 1. That's
Round
pretty
1.
tough.
Yeah. Yep, when I saw that, I was like, oh. So then I quickly was like looking at what everyone brought, and it was only 2 Lickitung, me and Finalizer.
Nice.
So I got them round 1. So when I saw the team, I was like, all right, I just gotta outplay them. So I got the 3-0.
There you go.
Nice. Yeah.
Very.
Let's see what we got here. All right, so we've got round number 2. And it should be Squiddy Diddy Do.
Love it.
That's intimidating.
Yeah, so the team is on the bottom. They've got Tropius, Dragalge, Defense Deoxys, Snowy Castform, Chestnut, and Shadow Golbat.
I mean, DD looks amazing.
Yeah, DD looks amazing. My Lickitung looks amazing because their hardest answer is Defense Deoxys. Tropius, I'm kind of scared of just because of Venusaur and Rainy. And then Gliscor isn't the best matchup either because Tropius is pretty tanky. So I was a little bit worried about the Tropius. I could see the Dragalge coming in the back. It has a lot of pressure with Dragon Tail and Aqua Tail and Outrage. And then I can't really see the Chestnut coming, but you'll see Chestnut a bunch.
I was about to start chanting Snowy.
Yeah.
Snowy. The Snowy
Yep.
cast looks really good.
Yep.
But
Snowy
the question is, go ahead.
Snowy looks really good. Snowy looks really good against a lot of teams. You just gotta line it up properly.
For sure.
Yeah.
I'm wondering if that's a SmackDown Chestnut.
Ooh.
We'll see.
That would suck.
We'll see. It's funny you should say that because that did not cross my mind. But yes, it is
Crushed
a
ice.
SmackDown. Yeah, SmackDown Chestnut. Let's see. My first line is going to be Defense Deoxys Licky Snowy, which is a line I brought a lot. I think I bring it like every game one, to be honest, just because it's such a good strat. So I get the DD lead and I'm ecstatic because now my backline doesn't have to see it.
Very nice. Yeah, I was gonna say you don't really have a safe switch, right? I mean,
No.
DD's coming out either way.
Yes. So my opponent gets the counter. Just, I don't understand. I don't understand. I'm trying my hardest to deny. Just doesn't work. And then it's CMP. So I learned that I win CMP, which is nice. What's up, Shador?
Did you scream deny? If you don't scream it doesn't work.
No, I
True.
did not scream it.
Okay.
I'm
there
hoping
you
to get
go.
it back up this next one, right? Nope, I just go for it.
It's alright. You want to
Yeah.
soft losing.
Yeah, so the strat here, right, is to soft lose, take shield advantage, and then lick down. At this point, I'm just wondering if Dragalje's in the back. Like, 2 shield dragon user is tough. So I'm going to go right for the cycle boost. We ended up CMPing, so maybe I stuck one in somewhere. Or they overfarmed. And I get the shield again, which I'm really, really happy about. So they overfarmed, and now they throw. So I'm like, okay, fine. That's what I want.
In this meta, I found myself giving, taking shield advantage and then giving up switch advantage really, really often.
Definitely.
Seemed like a
And-
good spot.
yeah, and we had the ability to do that just with the tankiness of
Oh,
DD and
Jesus.
Licky. So right now I see that it's SmackDown, and I'm like, oh my goodness, thank you for not bringing this against my Snowy. So I'm just gonna stay in here. And they get to the superpower right here, so I'm gonna end up shielding.
Yeah, stab superpower.
Yeah. And then I'm wondering what could be in the back. Could be the
Oh,
Tropius,
this is
Dragalje.
tricky. Yeah, I mean, what do you do here? It's just tricky.
Right, now I swap.
Okay.
I make a nice catch. I'm gonna overfarm. Hopefully I don't take a blizzard to the face. My opponent's just denying all the fast moves. Now I'm giving them up, which is great. I sneak one through because they tried the back-to-back, which I hate going back-to-back because you almost always give up a fast move.
Yeah, never works. Okay,
Trying hard to
gonna-
deny. Give them an extra one, farm up to the blizzard. I'm guessing they might shield. No shield. Looks like I deny there. They're gonna let this go, right? And then smack me down.
I would assume, yeah. Try to get some energy together.
Yeah.
But the powder snow and the weather ball is gonna hurt, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have to shield. I think you fast swap here, body slam.
Yeah. I'm out of energy, but I'm still plenty fine.
Yeah, the grass typing really holds it back here.
Yes.
It's tough.
Non-stab smackdown, right? So it generates
Nice.
energy very slowly, so and they have to debuff themselves. So I was plenty safe there. So we learned some things game 1. I learned that thing Chestnut was smacked down, which scared me a little bit. Because of the my Snowy looking less good. So thinking about what I could bring game 2, they showed me DD, Chestnut, and Snowy. And I showed 2 weak to DD, right? So now I'm gonna adjust my lines so that I'm not weak in the back to counter. I'm gonna leave the Gliscor just in case they come in with DD again. Can't see them leaving Snowy, so I feel like Gliscor is pretty safe here. Let's see.
Yeah, Gliscor looks pretty good. Yeah, I was worried about the drag algae in the back as well, especially
Yeah.
after DD goes down, but that snowy cast just handles that so well.
Right. What's up, Riza? It's no Tangrowth.
I know, pain done. I feel like Chestnut is just on the cusp of being really good, but it just can't execute.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So here's the dragon.
So Yeah, how do you want to approach this? Because I mean, you need Earthquake. It's only 4 to the tail, right?
Right. So I'm gonna farm up to the EQ. I'm gonna shield the Aqua Tail. And then I think I try and catch on the Licky on the next one.
Gotcha.
So I'm assuming TD is gonna be back there.
Okay. 8. Yeah, you at least want to even out the shields here.
Right.
Oh, and he calls it.
Yeah.
Wow. 2-turn
Called it.
wing attack,
Yes.
3-turn Dragon Claw. Or
Yes.
Dragon Tail, sorry.
I throw the next one, and then I think I look to grab it here. Still no shield, which I'm not happy about.
Yeah.
And I dirty swap and catch the Aqua Tail.
Nice.
Hmm.
So you give up shield and switch, though. This
Yeah.
is going to be tough.
Yes.
Oh, there it is.
Comes the DD.
So what are we hoping for in the back? Like Snowy or Chestnut again?
Yeah, I'm pretty certain it's going to be Chestnut again. Because he brought the DD in the back and then Chestnut in the back, so I think he's trying to hard counter my line from game 1. Still no luck on the bait and just lose CMP.
Licky loses CMP to everything
Yeah,
besides
everything.
Wobbuffet.
But they debuff themselves here, which is nice.
Nice.
So I don't know what I decide to come in here. I want to say counter down. Yeah. I gotta flip this game somehow with a lot of energy, right? I'm down a shield, I'm down a Pokemon. I'm in trouble, so I need to somehow flip this. And I'm not worried about counters on the DD. I'm not worried about a debuffed Rock Slide. So they end up swapping. They're out of energy here. I don't know if they tried to catch or what, and I just farmed this all the way down.
Gross, non-stab resisted counter farm.
Yeah. And I end up throwing here because I'm like, I don't want to take a full strength Rock Slide here.
Alright. Oh man.
So here's the Chestnut, right? So we figured it was there. So I'm going to throw one. I've got 2. And I think I look to dip out here. Yeah.
You always want the full strength boost if you can get it.
And my opponent, I'm pretty sure coughs up a shield here, which basically solidifies the match. If they don't shield, it's a little bit closer, but the double super effective wing attacks you can see are just adding up and chunking, and basically gets this thing down to in the red, and I end up getting to the Night Slash anyways, so I guess it was the right shield from them, but I had the Psycho Boost stored, right? So. And I end up getting the boost at 1 HP, which I was pissed about because I'm like, I wasted it here. I wasted the boost here. 1 HP to win the game. Like,
Kim remembers I boosted once on Sawaddle, and then I was already so concerned about swapping. Yeah, I switched out. I lost it.
yeah, so I'm happy that I get the 2-0 here. It's always nice not having to go into game 3 with your back against the wall. These trainers are on the lower end of the like a mid challenger, right? So it's, in my opinion, it's easier to play higher ranked players because you can kind of like, they're gonna think similarly to you, and like their lines are gonna make sense. On the lower end, sometimes the lines don't make sense and it becomes very unpredictable, very RPS. So I'm trying to keep my focus here and try and get this game 3.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of players that have played a lot of Silph try to bait, they try to do fancy things, they try to like make sure that they get alignment, but a lot of, you know, younger, newer players just kind of play more of like off the cuff, and it's very hard to predict.
Yeah.
But this is also important too, because like if there's a tiebreaker, you want to win as many games as you can.
Exactly. So there's three people get invited from the 34 to Continentals. So my goal was to get a Continentals invite, and I knew that I needed to win as many games as possible. Typically in a Silph tournament, other Silph tournament, if I'm 2-0, I'll try and use like a different line game 3 and test some things out. But here I'm just gonna stick to my true what I know, what works, and try and get as many sweeps as possible. So every battle counts, and I think something that translates to that is in the first weekend, Toronto had their regional and it was super stacked, and Toshi, Dragon Silk, Kevin Saludares, Chumpaletta, a bunch of top trainers were in there. So every battle counted, and Toshi ended up losing round 1 and then swept the rest of the 6 rounds.
Stark strat,
exactly. And he ended up getting through. He won the first round tiebreaker, I think lost the second, but he still got through based off of battles won. So
Who did that?
Toshi.
Oh, Toshi.
Yep.
Nice.
So every battle counts here. Every battle counts. And we worked to get that 34. King Ducks and I, we opened check in the day before, and when I tell you so 33 is the cutoff that you needed. We got 33 like 2 minutes after 6 p.m. when this thing was supposed to start. We were tagging people hours prior, and people just weren't responding. And then all of a sudden we got like a few last minute registrations to bump it to 3, which is nice. It just makes it a little safer. If there's more invitations, there's more possibility for you to get an invite, right?
Mhm.
yeah. Also, shout out to Math Magic for putting up the prize money too. I'm sure that helped.
Yeah, shout out to Math Magic. Yeah, putting up $100. So first place got $60. Second got third, and then third place got $10. So shout out to Math Magic, and then shout out to King Ducks Pool for working this long tournament. This is about like 5 hours, so a lot of battles. Marathon for sure. All right, jumping into game 3. Gonna look to secure the 3-0 here. So if we see the Shadow Pullback, which is nice, and I'm gonna end up Psycho Boosting and trying to catch. So it's one more to the Shadow Ball.
Yeah, you went up pretty high there, but one short of the ball, which is smart.
Get the shield. I wanted to go to Rock Slide too, and I try to catch. They don't throw, so they're just gonna Poison Fang me.
Poison Fang counter down, come out with energy. This could be problematic.
Yeah, I get the shield, which I'm happy about because I can come back in and counter down the DD and hit this thing again.
They double Poison Fang.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
And then they come in.
Oh, here we go. Also, pain done.
Right.
He says, "Look what they did to my boy."
This total DD counter. Yeah. So they're gonna smack me down, but I think they ended up throwing. And I'm like, okay, if you want to debuff yourself, feel free.
What? Why not energy ball if you're gonna throw?
And I come right into my Gliscor, and I just get this sweet, sweet, delicious farm.
Jesus.
So now my Gliscor's loaded. There's not a whole lot that wants to eat this unless there's Snowy in the back. They come in Golbat, so I'm looking through the list, and I'm like, what could possibly be in the back? It could be the Dragalge. It's definitely not the Snowy. And could also be DD. So I wasn't expecting them to throw Poison Fang here, so I CMP them.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, Poison Fang, of course, resisted by ground type Gliscor.
Yep, and so
can't poison the dirt.
Right, no, can't poison the dirt. They end up eating that. It's very, very low, and it's Defense Deoxys. And because I'm debuffed, I swap out.
Mm-hmm.
And I've got Shield Advantage, Health Advantage, and their Golbat's at 1 HP. So I'm looking pretty good here.
Sammy says, "Don't you feel Psycho Boosting and trying to catch is a predictable play? Thought about doing it in a game, but was looking back over it. I would think they would wait and not throw because most likely you don't stay in debuffed." It's a really good point because you need the 10 counters to get to the double Psycho Boost, so it is a bit predictable, but it's so satisfying. Catching a Shadow Ball and a Lickitung, it's so good.
You have to kind of read your opponent as well. Like, whenever I go into a matchup, I always look at their rank. Am I playing an Elite? Am I playing a Legend? Am I playing a Rival? And that sort of gauges me. Are they going to have baiting tendencies? Lower ranked players typically don't bait. High ranked players typically want to bait a little bit more. Sort of, you have to read the situation, who you're playing. I I was 2-0, and I kind of expecting them to spam the charge move as soon as they had it, just from their tendencies prior.
I've never PvP'd. That's why I'm just a trainer.
Right.
Right. Okay.
So they debuff themselves, and then they clear it, and then they just get fast moved down. So we win the game, we win the series 3-0. So at this point, I'm 6-0, which I'm
Like,
very happy about. Okay. We are going to jump to round number 3. And this is one of my locals. So this is the New York City Regional. I hosted it through my server. I'm located about an hour and a half north of New York City, in Dutchess County. It's also called the Hudson Valley. So we have a Hudson Valley PvP group here, and going to be facing in round 3. It goes by Oni Requiem. So he has a super spicy team, and he is known in our community for bringing the spice. So this is no surprise that he's bringing the
is that a
spice.
Galarian Hexagon?
It's a regular Lanoon.
Oh, sorry, Lanoon, but yeah, okay, still pretty spicy.
Look at number 5 though, next to the Mew. What?
Dunsparce.
What is that?
Dunsparce, most likely with bite. Most likely with bite.
Yeah.
Yes, most definitely.
So you've got Celio, you've got Nidoqueen, you've got Medicham, and you have the Mew. So it's hard to know what the Mew is bringing, and it scares me the most, right? So I am typically in this meta, you would run Dragon Claw, Wild Charge. I've seen anything from Dark Pulse, Ice Beam to Flame, or Flame Charge. Is that the move you guess? The fire move?
Seen, yeah,
Mhm.
Flame Charge, some Dragon Claw, some
Dragon Claw.
standard Mew sets too, right? Like Surf and Wild Charge. I
Yes.
saw a couple of those.
Yep, I saw those too. Yep, so super spicy. My opponent doesn't have a flyer, which is nice. So I'm going to use Venusaur as my safe swap, because the worst they can do is Ice Punch or Psychic me with Medicham or Aurora Beam on their Celio, but Venusaur still does fine against Celio. So I'm going to go the tried and true Lickitung DD core with Venusaur's safe swap here.
Very nice.
So I am expecting Mew lead, maybe a Wild Charge and Dip sort of strat, so we'll see what Oni decides to bring here.
Well, if you look at the team as well, Celio, Lanoon, you've got Nidoqueen and Dunsparce. I mean, you've got either a counter or a psychic weakness on 4 out of those 5.
Yeah.
And then it just kind of feels like, or Medicham also doesn't do extremely well against DD, but it's a long matchup. But it's almost like he's begging you to lead something that Mew can handle.
Right, yeah. So even the Lickitung matchup on Medicham isn't bad if they're not running Pup. So that's why I'm pretty confident leading it here. Let's see.
I'm excited to see some Venusaur play because Panic and I were in the same team, and I didn't use Venusaur hardly at all.
Yeah, I think this is the only round I brought it in. So we get a Celio, just fine. I just think it's so hard to bring something that loses to DD in the lead, because DD is super common as a lead in this format. So when I saw the Celio, I was like, I didn't lead DD game 1 like I had in the previous 2 rounds, but I'm gonna farm up to the Power Whip and then throw Body Slam. What's up, Kyle?
I was actually talking to...
Go ahead, Speed.
Oh, Psyshock Rock Slide? Interesting.
Yeah.
I was actually talking to a buddy about DD in this format. In GBL, you always see it as like the safe switch, right? DD is the ultimate safe switch. Everybody says it, and it's true. It's a great Pokemon, but in this particular Silph meta, I really enjoyed it either as the lead or the closer. I didn't really like safe swapping DD because counter was so helpful,
Yes.
and you only had one counter user on your team most of the time.
Yeah, for sure. So my opponent catches the Power Whip on the Medicham, which
Gross.
I'm not happy about, and they hard swap. So I bring in my DD, right? I mean, now I'm going to learn what the moveset is, right? Do we see Puff? Do we see Psychic? We see the Ice Punch, so I'm assuming Ice Punch Psychic at this point. I don't really love the idea of debuffing myself at this point, so I think I just throw Rock Slide and chip away a little bit and farm up some extra.
I think another reason Venusaur looks so good here is because he's got no flyer.
Yeah, for sure.
So grass hits everything, you know?
Yeah, especially like shields down with energy. I was looking for any kind of advantage on Venusaur that I could get.
Yeah, see, this is winnable for DD, but it takes a while, and you usually end up debuffing. Ah, CMP hurts here.
Yeah, I lost count of the counters. I thought it was one short, so I ended up CMPing, which stinks. But I'm going to throw the Psycho Boost and then look to store it and swap out because Celio probably comes back in. And I swap out into the Lickitung.
So what are you hoping for in the back here?
In the back, I think it could be Mew, is what I'm thinking. Because I didn't see it in the lead. And Mew has a lot of play against my team, depending on the moveset.
Yeah, Mew also gets a little bit trickier when you lose your Lickitung there.
Yeah. So I need shields for the Venusaur to be whatever's in the back. And I come in the Rock Slide, hoping to draw a shield so that I can farm this down with Venusaur and then hit whatever's in the back. And I get the last shield. I just get farmed down, let myself go. The Mew comes in and gets 2 Shadow Claws. 4, 5. My opponent goes right for 5, so it's either Surf, Dragon Claw, most likely Dragon Claw. So I don't need to shield this. Now I can safely overfarm. Shield this next one, keep myself healthy. And then double Frenzy. So my opponent leads Celio, has Medicham in the back, and then Mew. So if I lead Defense Deoxys, they just lose. And that's sort of the thing that I'm talking about, right? These lines, they don't make a lot of sense. They're unpredictable. If I lead DD, the game's just over. It's very tough for my opponent to come back from that point, right? So it's just hard to read. KO the Celio. Jump into game 2. Let's see what I decide to lead. I think I go DD here. Just they brought like 2 weak to DD, so if they want to lead the Mew here, they can go ahead. But I don't think they're going to since I led Licky. I'm gonna go DD, Licky, and Venu. So they
Here we go.
Nidoqueen here, and I noticed that it's Shadow, and in my head I was like, there's not a Shadow here on this
On the graphic, oh man.
So at this point I know I've won the game. So we're just
Yeah, like, not to be too sharp, chat, but if you bring a Pokemon that isn't on your registered battle team in Silph, it is an automatic DQ for that match. I feel like a lot of the time, like, people that watch us on stream see a lot of GBL, and maybe this is their first exposure to Silph. But I just wanted to like point that out, and not to be like super rigid and like dissuade you from joining Silph, because if you make a mistake, you lose the game kind of thing. But always like tag your team so that you know exactly what you have, because the Shadow Queen here is quite a surprise.
Yeah, it makes a big difference, right? The poison jabs are doing a lot more than they should, so it's just tough on my opponent's end. And I did talk to him after, and he said he forgot to inform me, but did tell the TO. But even if you tell the TO and you don't inform your opponent, it is still a loss. And this is regionals, right? There's a lot at stake. Probably in like a regular format, I wouldn't say anything, but because there's a lot at stake here, I 100% knew that I could pull this card if I wanted to. So I actually reached the power up here, and you're just gonna see the power like it's on. Smacks this Medicham and licks down before the counter can even come through, so I get switch. And I have two options. I come in DD, get the last shield, or I come Venusaur. I come Venusaur here, so I'm not debuffed. I have the opportunity to clear my debuff.
Yeah, these debuffers add just a whole nother dimension to the match. Because in GBL, you see it sometimes when you fight a Nidoqueen. Like, if you're the last Pokemon, and even if you have shields, if you get Poison Fanged and then jabbed, it really, really adds up.
Yeah, just getting debuffed hurts, right? So they let it go, and I need to swap here. I don't love that I'm staying here. I try and catch, that's what I do.
Oh, okay.
But I lose the Psycho Boost, yeah. So I need to farm up to 2. They undercharge, so they actually let me get a boost off. Which I think I still need 2
Whips.
Frenzies anyways. I don't think I can power whip down. So they have a lot of energy. It's a nice undercharge. I sneak one through, which is actually huge.
Helps a lot.
He was told to tell all opponents. I know, kid. I know. He told me. So then
Oh, get to the
here.
2.
Yeah.
Nice.
No Powder Snow sneaks through. Venusaur has to win CMP, right? So
For sure, yeah.
I click the next one and I get the back-to-back. So it's tough. I probably should have just swapped Psycho Boosted. I don't know, because I don't get the last shield there with my Psycho Boost, right? So I think my thought process was I need 2 Frenzies. The Psycho Boost doesn't help me. I don't get to a Rock Slide to draw a shield. So I think the only thing I could have done was sack there, which I successfully did. So I'm up 2. I've seen the Shadow Nido, so I can adjust a little bit. I did not inform my opponent that they had Shadow Nidoqueen. I'm going to wait for them to bring it game 3. Big brain play.
Here we go.
So this time I lock in Licky, Venu, DD. Yeah.
Oh,
so I
Jesus.
see this Dunsparce, so we're going to see that it's Bite. I'm going to get the heck out of here into my Venusaur. They swap into their Nidoqueen and Shadow, and I'm like, all right, game number 3 in the bags. We're just playing here. I'm going to try and win this game. I know I'm okay. I don't know if I shield here. I'm really wondering if I can get to the next Frenzy without having to burn my last shield, which I don't want to do.
Ooh, that hurts.
Yeah, it hurts really, really bad. And I just
Venus, come
barely
on.
get there with
Go. Huge. It is a defense drop, but not an attack drop, right? So this is a full power Frenzy here.
Yeah, so it's still definitely going to hurt. It would KO. So they shield, which is the smart thing to do. I think it'd be tough to let your Nidoqueen go.
For sure. 2 shield advantage, feeling pretty good, feeling breezy right now.
Yeah. I come in the Lickitung to soak. I think he does a quick swap here at some point. Double Poison Fangs me, which hurts. But I'm hoping that whatever's in the back DD can handle. Thinking Celio or could be Medicham. And they swap.
Oh,
So I bring in the DD, which I don't love because I'm taking a ton of damage. I'm like, alright, maybe these counters, this Rock Slide will KO this thing. So I'm going to shield
It's
just
thick.
because I didn't know it was thick, but this thing is thick. You're gonna see this rock slide just doink right off of this thing.
Bounces off. But what is this Pokemon based on? Is this like a larva or a beetle? What is this, chat? What is this thing?
What the heck is this?
I think it eats dirt, whatever it is.
It does, because it has drill run, right? But you could just see that. I was like, okay, well, I'm in trouble here. So I'm counting the bites. It's what, 23, I think? Yeah, 23. I'm like, I can counter this thing down. So I've got a ton of energy now. But my Pokemon are really dead, and they just come into their Nidoqueen, and we just say goodbye, Shadow Nidoqueen.
I was gonna say, yeah, it's like a buffet.
Yeah. And now I'm gonna swap. Maybe farm up 2. Throw the Power Whip. I get countered down. I didn't want to throw a debuffed one, but looking back at it, I should have, because I'm gonna throw a debuffed one anyways. I'm gonna try and deny a counter because I'm 1 away. And I live an Ice Punch from this range. So even if they have 2, I'm pretty confident that I can double boost. I can just shield and Psycho Boost. It's called a Land Snake Pokemon in the Dex. Interesting.
Land snake? What? Is that like opposed to a sea snake or a sky snake? That's so crazy, Risa. Don't. No, I'm not disrespecting. I tell you what. I've actually done a lot of trades to get XL Dunsparce candy.
Oh my god!
Because I thought that it could go XL, but it actually can't. So now I'm just waiting for the hundo.
Nice.
So that's my life.
There you go. Right. Very nice trades. All right, so we get the win against Spice Master Ani. So I was pretty happy with that. It's always tough playing Spice, right? You don't scrim against it, you have no idea, like, it's just hard.
So a useful tool that I've heard a lot of really good trainers use for these kind of Spice picks is you have to just know your energy and your counts in general. For example, like if you have a Pokemon like Venusaur, it takes, 7 Vine Whips for the Sludge?
Yeah.
Then if you have another Pokemon that has a Vine Whip fast move, then you can say, okay, it doesn't matter if it's Venusaur or Bulbasaur, it's going to take him 6 both times to get to the Sludge Bomb. So if you can count the energy, it doesn't really matter what the spice is. If you know Dugong needs 5 Ice Shards for Icy Wind, then Articuno needs 5 Ice Shards for Icy Wind. It's just like knowing the moves themselves.
Yeah, and that's where I struggle a lot of the time. I typically just memorize counts per Pokemon, but I've been trying to be better about learning energy generation, certain fast moves, and energy cost of charge moves.
For sure. It's tough. People that are really good at that, I mean, if you guys watch those streams, he's like incredible at it. He's like, well, this thing has bite, so I assume it's...
Right.
No, we left though.
We do. Alright, so jumping into round number 4 here. We've got Mystical J, so things are starting to heat up, right? I'm currently 9-0, 3-0 in the series. Hey, thank you so much, Pokemon Go guy. Appreciate that.
I knew I follow a while ago, but have been busy. But here are
Pros, what the heck moves does like a Fracture have, for example? Yeah,
my graduation
that's
party
tough.
because I got 300.
That sounded exactly like it though. Nice. Spot on, Speedy. Alright, so we've got Altaria, which, Speedy, if you remember when we were talking about this team and you're like, oh, I'm super weak to Altaria, and I'm like, nobody's bringing Altaria. You know how many Altarias I faced this tournament? 2.
How many?
You know how many were in
no.
this tournament? 2. I got them both. So
They couldn't make it easy for you.
right. So they go Altaria DD, right? And then 4 cast forms. So talk about spammy and RPS, right? So when I see this team, I'm just scratching my head like, what am I going to do? I'm obviously going to play the DD Licky, and I just got to roll the dice with whatever cast form or Gliscor. and hope that it's good in the back. I can't bring Venusaur. It loses too hard to Altaria, too hard to DD with the Psycho Boost. So Venusaur in my mind is just not an answer. Play that team but with Medi instead of DD. Yeah, same idea, right? So
It's tough because you want to bring Snowy, right? That's like your
Right.
hardest counter, but he has the Sunny and the Rainy cast, and he's got a DD on his team, and then Rock Weather Ball from
yeah,
normal.
and normal, right?
Yeah, so Altaria seems like king here. And then the
Yep.
only other matchup you actually win is Licky in the 2s.
Yep.
So maybe you need to be ready to give up Switch here.
Yeah. It's actually the most popular 6 lineup. Wow. So with this line, I know that it's super RPS. So in previous rounds, right, I purposefully lost the lead to farm down with Lickitung. Here I can't do that. I have to go to win the lead and maintain alignment. So I'm gonna lead my safest Pokemon, and that's Lickitung. Actually, no, I changed it up. Do I? Yeah. Okay, so I go DD, Lickitung, Safe Swap, and Rainy in the back. Because I expect DD Altaria, and Rainy has a decent matchup with DD, and can play with Altaria in the back with Thunder. And then I'm also, it could be any of the cast forms, right? And I just think that Rainy has the best play against Snowy, against Fire. I think they could be expecting my Snowy, but I just think I prefer Rainy in this situation. And yeah,
I gotta
just-
go. Take a call.
All right.
See you later, dudes.
Later, Kim.
Sorry.
So you can.
Okay.
Always rare, but very strong. If it can avoid the ice, yeah. Definitely.
Yeah, Regirock was a really strong pick, especially early on, because it handles Snowy Cast, it handles Fire Cast, and it handles, or Sunny, I should say, and it handles Altaria. But I don't know, I found it increasingly difficult to fit on a team.
Yeah.
Okay.
We get the DD lead, which I've had DD led against me a bunch of times now, so I'm starting to notice a trend that people want to lead it against me.
Yes. Because our only counter is Gliscor, right? Pretty
Right.
much.
Yep. But previously, I get the counter, which is nice. When I was running Golbat, everyone safe swapped it against me. Everyone. So it's kind of interesting to see what one Pokemon change can do. So I know I'm ahead. And I go for the rock side, and I just really gotta win lead here. Because I know there's Altaria in the back. I know it.
Yeah, that ult is in the back no matter what. It's just safe to say. Alright, Stone Slip.
Go for the boost because I have to win. Switch here. And then I'm shielding.
And they know it too.
Right.
Okay.
And I toss up my shield. You see in other games, I just let this go and I'm happy to take shield advantage. But here I have to win switch. And I'm praying that a counter doesn't come through. And I'm winning CMP. And they let it go, which is really nice for me. Because now I'm even lower because I took counters. And Altaria probably just farms me down. Which here it is. I'm gonna bring my Licky. And the worst thing that could be in the back at this point, and get some lag, is probably normal cast form. That's probably the worst, which I thought, like, I think normal cast form in the back is super good because of its coverage. And shields down, it hits a lot of things for neutral or super effective. So I thought for sure it was gonna be normal here.
Yeah, I wanted to use Snorlax early on. Pain Done, I thought Superpower was great coverage. I really enjoyed it in, what was it, Remix? Great League Remix? Or Great League Retro or whatever.
Yeah.
I thought it was really strong, but Licky is just so much thicker. Oh, he lets it through.
He
Nice.
lets it through, which is really nice. Maybe expecting Snowy in the back. So I'm going to let this go and pew down. I'm going to make sure I swap in case I survive, which I do. and I just pew down, get some energy, and you're gonna see it snowy in the back. So just
thank God.
reading the line and like knowing Altair was in the back, maintaining switch, and just hoping that my Rainy had a good matchup in the back. Is the one thing, you know, about 10-16 picks, you know, they're going to bring both those picks 90% of the time. Yeah, but a lot of times, like, DD Lickitung core is almost perfect. There's not a whole lot that breaks that core. So, like, you know I'm bringing it, but there's not a whole lot you can do to stop it, right? And here I'm, like, really, really worried about tanking a Blizzard to the face. So, I think I shield expecting the Blizzard. And I'm going to wait till I get to 2. I'm going to throw, and 1 sneaks through, which is horrible for me.
Oh, are you going to try to catch? It could be risky.
I might try and pew down. I end up getting there.
Okay, good.
They were just short of the Blizzard.
Yes.
So in my mind, it was safer to just stay in, and even if I took a Blizzard, maybe I could lick down. Yeah, but it was just super close. I thought for sure I had that game in the bag, and then I'm there like, I shielded the weather ball. I got to throw to draw out the clock a little bit so I could give myself an opportunity to sack if I needed to.
Yeah, in terms of all the cast forms, the pacing is different for every single one of them, even though their stat product is identical, right? So the normal cast form needs 3 hexes, which is 9 turns for its move. And then you have Snowy needs 5 powder snows, which is 10 turns. And then you have Sunny, which needs 6. Right? 5 and 4.
Yeah, 5 and 4. Super spammy.
Super spammy. And Sunny needs 6 for Weather Ball, if I'm not mistaken. And then Rainy needs the most time to get to its Weather Ball.
Yeah.
12, yeah. So when you're in that kind of matchup, pacing is like a big question. And that's why Panic made sure that he was able to pace to that Weather Ball if he needed it.
Yep, so game number 2, I think I lead Rainy here, and Licky, Say Swap, and DD in the back, and I catch the Snowy in the lead, which is super nice.
So good.
And they
Why would they
staying
be
in.
Snowy?
Yeah. Snowy
I don't know what they're
doesn't
trying
get
to
a lot.
catch.
Yeah, Venusaur. Snowy doesn't get a whole lot against me. And then I'm like, alright, you're staying in. I thought for sure they were going to try and catch a Weather Ball on Altaria or something like that. I ended up throwing. I'm like, alright. I'm like, that's not a Blizzard, so you can Weather Ball me all you want.
Grass knot. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah. And they end up swapping, and it's
Okay.
normal cast form, which I was like, okay, double cast form. And
Go ahead.
I end up not throwing, which looking back is a mistake, because I don't need energy on Rainy if it's Altaria. I need to dump energy and just maintain switch here. You can see this match was pretty close, especially now that they just got a Hex.
I was going to say as well, the matchup that Licky needs against the alt is the 2s.
Yes.
So if you go down a shield here, it actually could really hurt you in the long run.
Yeah. I'm just hoping I don't need an energy ball at this point and get farm down.
Thankfully, just Weather Ball.
Yeah. And then I can farm down here.
Oh, man. The thing is, he got another Hex. Maybe he could have gotten to Energy Ball there.
Yes.
Close.
Yeah.
That's knowing your team.
Yeah. I was really not expecting DD. I thought for sure they were just going to soak it on...
Yeah, where's the bird?
Yeah, no bird, right? So I thought for sure they were just going to soak it on Snowy, right? Because that thing has no play against Rainy. So I end up double debuffing myself and throwing, which is fine. I do have a move here. And I'm basically just not going to show the Licky just yet. I'm going to look to draw a shield and then get it down a little bit lower so I can lick it down, and hopefully they dump energy. And as soon as they dump energy, that's my cue to get out of there. And so here it is. Just let it go. And swap to my Licky. Oh no, they comboed me, which is fine.
Yeah, sure. Spend more energy, please.
Yeah, and then at this point I end up shielding because I could bank a move and then get some energy on my Licky.
Smart.
I don't need shield advantage for the DD. I just need to keep enough health and have enough energy, which I bank a move. The licks plus my body slam will KO the DD, and then I have the move on the Rainy if I don't draw a shield. So at this point, I know this game's in the bag.
Additionally, Rainy does win CMP over DD. So even if this DD walks out with the move by some kind of miracle, if it doesn't have a shield, you're still going to get your weather ball.
Yeah, and they have the move, and it doesn't KO for me. Or them no shielding was kind of odd. I guess they had to, but I just had too much energy, too much health on my Pokemon, and I just let down.
Mm-hmm. Blue Ducks, take care. Have a good night. Sorry.
Later, Blue Ducks. Yeah, I was just super relieved getting game 2 because this is my toughest opponent in terms of team comp, right? The Altaria and just the RPS nature of it just worried me a bit.
Yeah. The bird and 4 balls, no good.
Yeah, and they didn't bring Altaria, which I was super confused about, but I'm not complaining. Did not see the bird.
I remember one iteration of Go Team Up before I joined Mazer. I went with a Bastiodon team, and I made it a habit to not bring Bastiodon and just expect Bastiodon counters on my opponent's team.
Right.
So maybe they were playing on that, trying to catch a snowy cast and everything else.
Alright, we get Rainy lead. I decided to lead it again with DD and Licky. I think it's pretty safe because we hadn't seen the Altaria.
Mm-hmm.
Now you go for the bait. Because if you eat a Thunder, you just get deleted. My opponent savagely no-shields it. And then, this happens.
Uh-oh.
Eat a Thunder to the face. And here I know I'm in trouble, right? They bring in the Altaria, which is nice for me, and I'm just assuming it's DD in the back at this point.
Yikes.
So, just having my opponent call the bait and I eat a Thunder, it's really tough. Hey Donis, what's going on, dude? Good to see you.
Yo, hey Donis, how's it going, man?
Going through some Silph here, my regional run. I'm wondering if I should just Psycho Boost, but they don't quite know what's in the back, but they assume it's my Lickitung, and they get the shield, and I just barely get to this boost, which should hopefully KO. If they double shield, I'm in a little better spot. They let it go, so I keep my 2 shields, but the Rainy is just way too healthy at this point. And then just the counters and the charge moves, and fast move pressure from Rainy will just be too much for my Lickitung to handle. Lickitung can handle a lot, but not this. I still have a sack, but it really doesn't matter. That no shield is really frustrating.
That's tough.
Yeah, I just have the shield because I'm just getting way too low, but I need to get a sack somewhere to have a chance. Even then, it's still probably pretty tough. I get the shield there. And I clicked the move right before it and just didn't go. I was like 1 turn too slow.
Yeah.
I clicked the swap and it didn't register.
Oh, darn. Panic, come on, man. You got to count water guns.
Yeah, did you see it? I did cat. Watch.
You try. You're
No.
close.
This one. I click on it right there. You see it light up?
Yeah.
So I was one off.
Darn. One off. Man.
Yeah. And I just know there's no chance, so I just let it go. And that's round 4. So I was happy to take the round. I dropped my first game, which I wasn't too mad about, with the RPS nature of my opponent's team. And eating a thunder there is super tough. So rounds 5 and 6 are on my PC, not uploaded to YouTube just yet. That was close to the catch. Yeah, I was super close. Thank you, Adib. Much appreciated. Alright, so while I get set up, maybe we'll bring up Hossein's team. And Speedy, let me know if you notice something. There's 2 things you should notice about this team. Let me know if you notice.
Wait, it's a little bit blurry for me. What's that fourth
okay.
Pokemon?
Cafagrigus. That?
Cofagrigus.
Cofagrigus? Yeah, that.
What? It knows Astonish.
Yeah. Astonish, Ball, Dark Pulse. Shout out Ball.
Alright, so double flyers, Venus, a Ghost, a Mudboy, and a DD. I mean, Cofagrigus kind of gets walled by normals, doesn't it?
Yeah, I can still hit it with Dark Pulse, but yeah.
Yeah, non-stab, Dark Pulse. I don't know. It's tricky. But yeah, another alt. Congratulations.
Yeah, I know. I got both. Yep. See, I'm worried about Altaria and Noctowl double flyer. But,
so Noctowl by itself is tough for our team, if I'm being honest.
Yeah.
By itself. Then you add the bird on top. Holy
right.
crap.
Yeah.
That's rough.
Alright, so the thing with playing from my PC is that I can't skip ahead. So it's just going to be a little slower. I can speed it up a little bit. I was messing around with it before, but I wasn't too successful. So I just go back to old reliable here, DD, Lickitung, Snowy. And my game plan is to draw the Defense Deoxys, farm down with my own DD, and the energy, nothing really wants to take the energy on DD unless we see this ghost here. So just praying for no ghost. It looks horrible against my team. It's horrible, only good against DD. So, and if you the CP on Defense Deoxys 1421. So
oh no.
my opponent is level 50, 60,000 catches, and I'm just like, is this a mistake? How could this thing be under leveled? So yeah, it looks like I did speed up the battle a little bit, so I should go a little faster. Maybe it's too fast.
Gotcha. Panic, I gotta knock out a quick set here for ADL, but I'll mute and I'll come back in a minute.
Alright, sounds good. Thanks, Speedy.
Alright, BRB.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I slowed it down. Now we have to watch that again. Maybe ran out of dust. Maybe. So we have to sit through this again. Sorry about that. I won't touch it. But that was too fast to watch. But yeah, 1421. Maybe ran out of dust. Rare candy's probably not an issue because if you have 60,000 catches but at 176 million XP, you're probably raiding a bunch. I know X Factor. This is my first time using it through my PC. I wanted to record on my PC so my phone would take less burden and hopefully would lag less. So I'm really hoping to sweep with my Snowy. My Snowy looks really, really good. I don't really mind switch advantage as long as I can get the DD out. And DD here, so I'm gonna do the same strat as I've done before. Sane was in a Silph lobby of mine briefly, season 1. Nice. I get the extra counter here, and if you also notice, the Sane gets that unfortunate bug that happens to me too, where he stands still and eats an extra counter. Happens to me all the time. After charge move, whether it's lag or state of the game, I'm not too sure. Dunebug and I have looked at this very closely. It happens a lot to iPhone users. They get the extra counter, but you can see that it's a 1421 DD. Excuse me. So I'll win CMP over this thing, and I think my Lickitung has a better matchup against it as well. So you see, they shield, which is really nice. An underlevel DD, and Cofagrius, however you say it. So I'm very, very happy to just lose lead here. I don't mind. Nothing wants to come into the Lickitung, unless it's Noctowl. That's his best answer, which I'm assuming it's Noctowl. So it is Noctowl. I just go right into my Snowy because I think I can beat whatever's in the back with Snowy. I end up shielding because Stone Edge is gonna hurt. And they sludged me. Like, what the heck? So I farm up to the Blizzard and I throw, hoping for a shield. They don't shield, which is kind of unfortunate. And I want to throw before they get to the Stone Edge. What's up, Mr. Tommy? So I get the shield here, which is nice. And I win CMP. No, I lose CMP. So I just shield. And they sludge me again. So I don't really know if this thing is running Stone Edge, but I have to guess that they are because they are really weak to Snowy. So I don't know, kind of crazy sludge, and then we'll try and find out what the matchup is later. So I just weather ball to be safe. I wasn't certain that I was going to get to Blizzard. I didn't want to get hit by 2 sky attacks, and I should reach the weather ball, which is fine. Okay, sludge EQ is what I was thinking. We'll find out what the moveset is. I think game 3. Snowy is super spammy. 18 turns to 2 charge moves. 10 to the first and then 8 to the next, which is wild. So I didn't see Altaria. They brought Noctowl instead to fight the Lickitung. So once again, my opponent not bringing the Altaria, which I'm super fine with. And I'm thinking about what I could bring. Once again, these battles are saved to my PC 5th and 6th round, so I can't speed ahead for whatever reason. I just have to look at something like how I can better share this, but appreciate your patience and we can talk strat while I go ahead and pick my mons. I do tend to take, like, I'm very careful with my lines and I'm going through each individual matchup in my head to see. I typically will draw lines on my notebook here. I write down every line that I face. I have the counts. And I'm just going through trying to have, I have most of the matchups memorized from studying and scrimming. I don't have everything, right? So where you lack some knowledge, I try and fill in the holes with like knowing the counts, reviewing the team comps they brought against me, and go from there. If anyone knows a fix to have Streamlabs, basically it doesn't give me a menu option to fast forward. It's just grabbing the video file directly. You want to see the Cofagrius? Me too, TZ. Let's see if he brings it. I'm really scared that he's gonna lead it, right? I mean, DD's such an easy lead against him. Has to play against everything. So, just see if he's crazy enough. Alright. We're locked in. Here we go. We got Quagsire, so maybe expecting my Snowy. I'm gonna overfarm here and take this charge move. See if it's Sludge or Stone Edge. It is Sludge again, so not revealing their second move. Pretty smart. I go for a Rock Slide, which is kind of silly. Because I doubt they shield. This does put it in Psycho Boost range. At least in P. And I debuff myself. I was trying to get it before a charge move. Before dawn, what's going on? And I get the shield here, right? Because it's obviously the Psycho Boost. And once again, I really want shield advantage. And now I double debuffed and they throw, which is nice for me. I don't know if I lick down or powder snow down here. Let's see. I kind of want to say I powder snow down. I'm thinking about it. Yeah, and I powder snow down because I know they're still 4 away. So energy on this thing is really nice. And it's the DD, and because I'm up 2 shields and they have none, it's really tough to shield. So I land the Blizzard here, and it's CMP. So I just protect the Snowy and then swap out into my Lickitung. Landing the Blizzard there was super risky, but I was pretty confident they weren't going to cough up their last shield. And I actually go for the farm down. I was prepared to shield, because I was expecting Noctowl in the back. They didn't throw on 5, so that actually told me that they were not running Psycho Boost. Either this thing is single moved or it's Rock Slide Thunderbolt. And I land the Blizzard. 2 Blizzards in 1 game. And I take the screenshot for good measure. So GG's. I had a really, really big advantage with Snowy. Snowy's super busted. Obviously, Lickitung and DD saw the most play, but Snowy definitely a close third MVP. Got to screenshot the nuke. Oh, the nuke always, yes. Let's see what I lock in here. So game 3, I've seen Quag, DD, and Noctowl. And I think we have some difficulty here. Actually got kicked out or something. Maybe he's going to TM his Quagsire, we don't know. Let's see what they bring game 3. Yeah, we haven't seen the call. So they're bringing Noctowl, they're bringing DD, so it's just like my Lickitung. Super targeted. And I actually dropped Lickitung for this matchup. Which I don't know if I do any other round, but I do here. So I didn't want to get paired against the Noctowl or DD. So when I have a 33% chance to have a good matchup, or a 66% chance to have a bad matchup, I typically don't bring Pokemon. But if it's my only answer, I'm kind of forced to bring it. But I'm up 2-0, so I can kind of adapt my line a little bit to what they're bringing. And I think I go with DD double cast for him. So it's DD into DD, which I'm fine with once again. If it's not in the back, Snowy can really go off. Alright, it's probably Quag looking to get me shields down most likely. And I try to go for the extra, I don't get it. And it looks like they froze again after the charge move, so I think I'm 1 ahead here. They're a little bit desynced. You can tell that I throw there, but yeah. Looks like he caught up, but I'm not too sure. They get to shield, and they shield early, which is nice for me, because once again, I'm just looking for shield advantage for Snowy to sweep. I've done it 2 times now, so my opponents should adjust a little bit, but they don't, which is fine. And they get the extra counter. They don't shield, so I almost take out this DD. Because it's under leveled, right? That rock slide just does way more than it's supposed to. It's 2 power-ups short. Whole level. And I decide if I should Snowy down, and I do. I get a nice 2 powder stone advantage. And here comes the Quag. And I just shield here. I think we do see the second move here. And there's a Stone Edge. Trying to catch me off guard, but... like, what's Noctowl gonna throw at me? Nothing, so we just end up shielding. I go for the Weather Ball. And I want to protect Snowy, right? So I'm okay with double shielding it. And I try and catch the move here, which I do. Because at this point I know Snowy's going to beat whatever's in the back. So I don't want to cough up my second shield. So here comes the Noctowl. And I'm over farming, and they end up throwing. I could shield and Thunder, but that's super risky. So I think I just let it go and then throw the Weather Ball, which is a safer play. I didn't want to throw Weather Ball right away because they could farm me down. So now I could just over farm. And then KO the Quag as well. So we saw Noctowl every game to beat the Licky, and me dropping it was the right play since they brought the same trio again. No Altaria. Rainy and Snowy were just too good against those 3. So we get 5. So currently 5-0, only 1 dropped game. And we're going for the big shebang. 6-0, so we've got Pokemaster Hawk. Oh, and I think I record a long time, so let's go ahead and swap. We got Pokemaster Hawk. He's got Cresselia, which I'm assuming is Confusion, which is a big issue for me. And then Gengar, Snowy, Ninetales, Gyarados, and Rainy. So kind of RPS. I'll be right back. Digest the team. I'll use the restroom. Alright, I'm back. And we have some issues connecting. It takes a little while to get connected here. I think this is quick one. Game 1. All that XP go-go. So, I'm worried about the Cresselia. I'm worried about Ninetales. Because it has a lot of neutral play except for Rainy. But it's tough for me to bring Rainy with the Cresselia and Gyarados. But game number 1 I ended up locking in. Defense Deoxys, Licky, and Rainy. Because I think in the back, Rainy is fine as long as shields are down against the Gyarados. What's up, Uber? Yeah, sorry for the wait time. Game number 1, we got Gengar into DD, which is an awful lead for me. So I end up staying. I'm just gonna Psycho Boost, and it ends up being CMP, so Shadow Punch, we're gonna shield this up because that will hurt. And then we are going to dip out. Just trying to get this thing later on when shields are down. I'm just going to Rainy, so I don't want to go into my hard counter. And they play this very, very smart. They bank a Shadow Punch for the TD later. I'm out of energy. And out comes Cresselia. So I'm not in a good spot here. And they have the move right here, so I throw, trying to force CMP. And it's not 6. And they smartly overfarm. I just have to let this go. Oh, I end up shielding. I think trying to get the last shield. I want to win switch, I think, actually. But it's not possible. I just need shields down for the Gengar. And they let it go, so they give me switch advantage. And they end up throwing. So whatever's in the back can probably handle DD, right? That's what they're thinking. So I'm obviously gonna come Lickitung here, and I'm just praying for no Focus Blast. Even Sludge Bomb hurts. So I just stay in like way too long on that Licky matchup. Yo, Jay, what's up, dude?
Hi, this is J. Robin Stacks, and I'm a pretty cool guy.
There he is. That's Jay right there.
Did we full chat? I don't know.
Yes, we got him.
Yo, how are the battles going?
Yeah, going well. This is round 6 versus Pokemaster Hawk. Just misplay horribly.
Jay, I'm sorry my impression of you is so bad, man. It needs work, I know.
So I go for the body slam, hoping for a shield, but I don't think it even matters at this point. They shield, which is nice. And I just have to look to KO. And they get to the punch anyways.
Jay, I got you, man.
I try to knock down, but it's just not possible.
You're gonna get beat by a Gar here, dude?
Yep. And you can see
Dude.
I have the body slam doesn't KO, but I just get PP'd down because the game is busted.
Oh.
I did not throw, so it's just a horrible mistake.
Rip.
Yeah.
So, it looks like, man, this team is a little bit weird. I didn't see very many Gengars, but Gengar and Gary on the same team is really classy.
Yeah. Super glassy. I'm wondering if I broke my recording here.
Might just need to refresh, right?
The problem is... Oh, man. That's a big problem. Yeah, it's regional. Yeah, I think I broke it. The problem is I can't fast forward on this recording. It's the way I'm grabbing it from my PC. Alright, let me see if I can do a workaround actually. One sec. Alright, here we go. Yeah, we definitely broke it.
Uh-oh.
It's regional. It's right above. The one turn fast move sneaking in before you can do anything really sucks. Yep, that's awful. Okay, I refreshed. It's coming through. Phew.
Nice. Looks like it's moving again.
Yeah, we're moving. Alright, so game number 2, I play the same exact line because I'm like, if I just don't be an idiot, I win that game. So I just go back to the same line. If he wants to leave the Gengar, go for it. I don't think he's going to. Or they, I don't know. Yo, Bubba, what's up, dude? Yeah, if I just throw my charge move, then I win that game. So it's just really stupid. Let's see what comes out. So we saw Gengar, Rainy, and Cresselia. I know the Cresselia safe swap is gonna come, so it just depends. And then, I don't know, I forget what happens here. Oh, okay, I have to change the video, that's what happened. So I was looking back at the video, because I didn't throw, and I thought I lagged, but I didn't. I just didn't throw it, I'm an idiot. So let's go ahead and grab games 2 and 3. Okay, here we go. So yeah, just go the same line. I'm just like, don't be an idiot, and you win. I think what I was trying to do was just go back to back, which is just way too risky because all I gotta do is just burn a shield there, and then I win.
Yeah.
Fortunately, the game is supposed to work like that they're supposed to get 2 water guns to mine no fast moves and not be able to throw a charge move. Seems legit.
Seems legit. Oh, the tournament link is a Vortex Cup? Throwback.
It's just a different command. Tiebreaker Regional. It's the one for today. So my opponent's taking a long time. I'm kind of worried about Gyarados here. I think it has a decent amount of play. Especially after seeing my Rainy. And you see Gyarados in the lead, so I get the lead.
Okay.
And they swap into Cresselia, which is interesting. And I can't switch directly into my Lickitung because I know I'll lose straight up in the 2 shield. So I have to chip and then dip. And I'm thinking Grass Knot Moonblast here, but you can see that it's not running Moonblast. It's running Future Sight, and that hits like a truck. And they most definitely got a confusion there. So everything is just going wrong for me in this matchup. And I shield. Because I don't want my Rainy there. And I throw here. I don't want my Rainy on the Gyarados. And if the Rainy is on the Gyarados, I want shields down so I can thunder it. And they shield, and I throw, which I could have gotten a few more licks in. I don't know if I would have been able to lick down, but they cough up their shield. And they also decide to shield. I don't know if I shield here and lick down. No, I just let it go. Because I'm scared of the Gengar in the back. And they swap out, which is really odd. I think I rock slide and get the heck out of here in case it's Gengar in the back. And I'm just not going to shield anything. If I get outraged, I get outraged. And I'm really expecting Gengar in the back here. And they're still locked in, so I can throw a Thunder right away. And when I see Rainy, I take a big sigh of relief because I know I can win this game. Jay, did you want to jump in voice chat? We can go to stream voice, I think. Yeah, stream voice. Let me know if you have that channel. And then I just counted down the crest, and it's GG. So I don't play like an idiot. I play well. I play smart, and I win that matchup. All right, let's go to the stream, boys. Let me message Speedy. He might be up. No, he can't hear me. Let me share screen so Jay can see. Always trust in the pew pew. Pew 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 pew. And so I do something, like I'm just so comfortable with this line against the team. And I just run it back for a third time. A third time I run it back. I'm kind of expecting a Gengar, because I've just led it twice, but I'm like, I can get out of the Gengar. I just need to get its shields down. And now I know it's running Future Sight Grassland, right? Tell me that I checked that ducklet for tomorrow. Which one? You actually can't see my screen. But I have a decent one. So it's Cress. So I'm fine to stay in here. I don't know what rank it is though. But it's got decent IDs. 1, 14, 13. So I get a counter in, which is nice. And I know this thing doesn't have Moonblast, right? Which kind of puts this in my favor now. I could also intentionally lose. So we're going for the sweep here. This is all for it. And I'm like, all right, well, Grassland doesn't, Grassland doesn't KO. So I think it's really tough to farm down. And I throw the Rock Slide here. And I realize that I'm going to get farmed down. So I swap while they're in the middle of their confusion to KO. So I give up switch advantage, which is fine. They bring in their Rainy. And now I'm going to go Body Slam. Because they're down to 2 Pokemon. And it's the final and they need to win. So I end up baiting. The bait pays off. I'm gonna go 2 shields on my, no. I shield this, which is strange. I don't know why I shield that, because they have back to back. I needed to eat it and then throw before getting hit with the second one. And now I just go Body Slam and they're not gonna shield. So just really dumb plays. Really dumb plays. And now I Body Slam again. And they don't get to the move, I'm not sure why, and I just automatically swap out into Cast Form, and I'm in trouble, right? Because if they ball me, I lose. If I get baited, I lose. So I do the only logical thing, and I no shield, and I take a Shadow Ball to the freaking face. And now I know I'm in trouble. And I'm just praying that Lick don't get licked down. And unfortunately, it can't. I try and counter down, and I just get KO'd through the shield. So, just really poor games on my part. 2 thrown games in the final. All I gotta do is just not play like an idiot, and just play smart and safe, and I win. So at this point, I'm kicking myself. So I've been playing for 4 hours, and I just lost, like, due to stupidity, in all honesty. That series will eat at me for a while. No doubt about it. But we pick ourselves back up. And we get back after it. Is Jay in stream, boys? Jay, are you here? Let me see if we have the roll. Yeah, you have the roll, so jump in if you see this. Alright, so now we can go back to YouTube so I can actually control the battles now, so this will be a little bit better. Which is interesting, but I guess makes sense. Knowing that I don't know. Probably just go rock slide there, but double cross chop actually might do more. So I get off the Night Slash, which is nice. And they shield, and so now I can just look down. So this is over. So I was expecting the Drifloon lead with Ninetales and Machamp in the back. So I pretty much called their whole line. They needed Ninetales to deal with my Snowy, I think was their game plan. And Champ to also have play against Lickitung. So this time I'm going to lead Gliscor because Gliscor had play against all three of those Pokemon. I don't expect Abomasnow. I didn't give them any reason to lead Abomasnow or bring Abomasnow. With Lickitung, DD, and Gliscor. Obviously, Gliscor loses hard to the Abomasnow. So I'm going to lead Gliscor here, thinking that they don't lead Abomasnow. So let's see. So they do lead Drifblim again, which is kind of unfortunate, but at least it's not against my DD. I overfarm, and they get a Hex through, which is awful. So I win the zeros. I lose the ones because of the extra Hex damage. But if I better charge my move, then I would win this. I think I still win this. So you can see I tank it, which is super risky because it almost KOs. And they end up having to shield a debuff Night Slash, which is nice for me. So now I've got shield advantage, and they save swap into their Machamp, and I go into my defense Deoxys, and I so stupidly debuff myself pretty early. And I know this is not enough for payback, so I don't shield. And I debuff myself right away, and I'm like, alright, I need to undercharge this a little bit. Maybe a Nice will do it. And it still one-shots this Machamp, so it's kind of unfortunate. Drifblim will come out, look to farm down. And even if it's Shadow Ball, I'm fine with it. I don't want to shield an Icy Wind, and they decide to ball me this time. Also at this point, I knew I secured a Continentals invite, so I could kind of take a breath. But yeah, Machamp, please. I could take a breath, and it is unfortunate that I am now debuffed, which makes this matchup way more closer than it needs to be. Yeah, and I have nothing to clear it with, unfortunately. I also need to keep an eye for the sack. Like, that's a very real possibility when you throw this many charge moves. And I'm kind of just waiting for the sack at this point. And I know shield this Weather Ball, because I have to eat one move. If the Energy Ball means GG's. And now I can shield, and I'm hoping I can lick down or throw back to back. Like, they're at 2, I think I barely could have licked down. But with the debuff, it was really close. If they sack here, then I lose. But I ended up getting the back to back. And then I could look down. It would have been close if they sacked. It would have been really nice if they caught. So 2-0, so I know I'm in the final, which is really nice. And I think I might just skip this game. Just skip it. And we'll go to the final. Again, against Pokemaster Hawk. Licky is busted. Best investment of my life. So we lose the Pokemaster Hawk. And now in the 6th round. And now I know all of his movesets. I know it's Confusion. I know it's Future Sight. I know it's Grass Knot. I know it's Shadow Ball Gengar, so my Lickitung totally walls it. And I used the same line 3 times against him. So I'm expecting like a severe over adjustment here and to see Gengar in the lead. So I lead Lickitung. With DD and now Snowy. Because Snowy's spammier and doesn't lose to the crest in the back, which I know is there. So they lead Rainy. I'm not too sure why. I like DD. I mean, you can't beat DD. But this is to win the regional tournament, get the first place prize of $60 US. Maybe he was expecting Snowy lead. So I baited him successfully last time, and now I go for the Power Whip. Because he was mad about getting baited last time. And so now I'm going to chip this crest and go into my DD, because I'm going to assume it's what's it called? I'm gonna assume Gengar in the back. I think that's what I assume. I know I don't have to shield. I can put the pressure on. Gengar in the back. We'll see. Another real option for me is the shield up front, but I'm really scared of the Gengar in the back. I'm thinking about countering down, and I get it. And I know Rainy's gonna come out, and it almost KOs me. I take 2 water guns before I'm able to throw my charge move. I live by 1 HP, and I swap. No, I just let it go. I can't really farm this thing down, but I just let them dump energy, and I just pray it's not Ninetales in the back. If it's Ninetales in the back, I just lose. So I think I swap, look to farm down, and it ends up being Gengar. So we've been here before. Snowy's just super spammy, super bulky, so there's no reason to get fancy here. I just double shield and we should win the game. This is where I start spending my shields. The Rainy is still pretty healthy, so I have to be aware of that. Nice thing is, both of us are very spammy, so we're running out the clock with these charge moves. And you can see that almost KOs, and I'm able to farm down, which is nice. And I can just weather ball for the win. Just play it safe, and I shield. And under tap the charge move, and we KO. What's up, Trainer Rem? How we doing? But yeah, Snowy pretty good. Shout out to Trainer Rem. We were going over my Silph Regional win yesterday. Snowy is super pog. So I win game 1. I played very calm. Basically, flawlessly there, no mistakes. And if I play like that, I know I can win this tournament. Just have to not throw like I did in the first round against Pokemon. So I'm really expecting Gengar here, I think. So he's got the Crest, which you know is coming. Gengar, Snowy, Ninetales, Gary, Gary, Rainy. I am still scared of the Ninetales, so I need to keep that in mind. I did show Snowy, right? So Ninetales has play against all the three I was using and beats Snowy hard. So I think Ninetales is coming here. Ninetales in the back is a super real possibility because I'm typically running overheats. So I have to be aware of that. I think we're gonna get Speedy in here. Hold on. Let me see. Let's see if we can get the champ in here. Spam him, tag him. Or is he in Mazer 1? Let me see. No, he dipped. Alright, Speedy's coming in. I have the wrong team up too. He's coming. Alright, so we got the Crest, Gengar, Snowy, Ninetales, Gyarados, and Rainy. There he is.
Yo, last 2 games hype? Is that the rumor?
That's the rumor.
Yo, let's go. Sorry, chat. My parents called. Of course, like sometimes it sounds like it's important, but it's really not.
Oh, good. Yeah, so I'm up 1-0. I played Hawk. I'll have to show you the battles in round 6, how badly I threw them.
Oh, this is the rematch, right?
This is the rematch. This is the final of the tiebreaker. So the nice thing about this Speedy was I had clinched a Continentals invite going into the tiebreaker because of how many battles I had won.
But
we want to win the regionals, right? We want to win the money. Show me the money. So gotta win the tournament. Gotta defend the throne that is my Discord server, right?
yeah, of course.
So he's got, if you see the team, it's Confusion Crest. We learned all the movesets from our match. It's Confusion Crest with Grass Knot and Future Sight.
Okay. Good.
Gengar with Punch and Ball.
Mm-hmm.
And then Ninetales, we don't know second move, but I'm assuming Overheat. Gyarados, we saw Dragon Breath, Aqua Tail, Crunch, and then Rainy, Standard. So he safe swapped the Crest on us a bunch of times in Series 1. And in Series 1, I ran the same line every time. I ran DD, Licky, and Rainy.
Okay.
And in Game 1, he ran Gengar, Rainy, and Cresselia.
Alright.
Game 2 was Gary, Cress, and Rainy. So Cress and Rainy 2 times. And then Game 3, he led Cresselia with Gengar and Rainy in the back. So Cress and Rainy all 3 times, with Gengar twice and Gyarados once.
Okay, so what are you thinking here? I mean, the Future Sight's good coverage for Venusaur, but I mean, do you still bring it anyway?
No, I think it's hard with Gengar and Cresselia and Ninetales. But maybe I should have brought it here to maybe force some pressure. But in game number 1, I won with Licky, Snowy, and DD. I brought the Snowy because it was spammier to Gengar. And he wasn't bringing Ninetales, so I thought that Snowy would be better as long as I could avoid Rainy, which I was able to.
Yeah, for sure. Okay. So it looks like you're going with that tried and true core again, right?
Yeah.
Licky, DD, Rain? Okay.
Yep, and so we'll see what he brings for game number 2.
Nice. do it. Let's go, Hawk. This is it. The final countdown. The final showdown.
That's right.
Okay. Rainy lead. Pretty neutral.
So in the first series, I baited him, he shielded, and game number 1, I power whipped, and he didn't shield, so I go power whip again.
All right. I like the whip here. You want to apply some pressure in case he doesn't shield, and he doesn't. Rainy going to get a little bit weak here. So in terms of the back line, it looks like it's going to be tough because if you take too much damage on the Lickitung, it can be tougher to take down the Gengar later. He's going to throw the second Weather Ball. Do you shield here? No. All right. Weather Ball coming through from Rainy cast. It's going to be a race. Oh, he swaps out into the Cresselia. Going to get the body slam off here. Maybe a little stutter lag there. I didn't see the confusion come through. Throwing the body slam here. Now you have to decide. You know it's Grass Knot. Do you go into DD here? Or do you stay? Transfers to confusion. High level stuff. Resistant confusion. Psychic on psychic. This is tough. 4 shields still in play. You got to guess that third Pokemon, though. We've seen Rainy. We've seen Crest. As Panic pointed out, he saw that in the initial round as well. So far, so predictable. Depends on that third. Could be an interesting flex pick. Something like a Gengar is a little dangerous. As long as the shields are still up, you got to start to strip shields here. Give yourself some kind of advantage. Cresselia going straight for the Grass Knot. This is a tough matchup, right? Counters resisted. Confusion's resisted. But luckily, Confusion is a slower energy generating move than the Psycho Cut. So you're able to get to these rock slides and put additional pressure on the Cresselia. Really low. The problem, though, I don't think you can counter down. It's going to be really close here. Can't quite do it. Can you live it? Oh, no shield again. Panic is not shielding anything today. He's saving all those shields for the back. Grassnut comes through, survives it. Now I think, oh, here comes a Rainy. Tries to snipe. Panic says sniper, no sniping. Straight with the Psycho Boost. Fire this off here. Maybe look for a swap after this. No swap, no shield. Looking for the swap here now. Gonna try to come in here. Pew pew. Oh, that action is so nice. Looks like 4 turns, right? 2 water guns. Oh my god, it's a Ninetales in the back. Rainy is going to feast on the Ninetales. Why do you bring the Ninetales in the back? That's quite a call. I would have suspected something more neutral. You gotta watch out for the Solar Beam. Gotta respect it.
I think he was thinking Snowy again in the back because I ran it game 1.
You're right. Yeah, good call, man. I mean, you can basically just make him lose the 2 shields here. Are you going to do it, man? Are you going to try to ruin his career here?
I am going to do it.
The mind games are real, says Rizachi in the chat. Yeah, Snowy would have been a death sentence, but Rainy is a breath of fresh air. Love to see it. Very nice stuff. Panic takes the win. So was this game 1 or game?
This is game
2-0.
2. Yeah.
Oh, man. That's it, right?
That's it. That's all she wrote.
Wow. So do you play a game 3 just for
I did play
honor?
game 3.
All right, don't do a speedy and get overheated here. Please don't. 3 ball, you love to see it.
Yeah.
Try not to? Man, that's left a bad taste in my 20 minutes. All right, so you know the counts, right, chat? What are the counts to overheat?
4 and 6.
Right. Here comes the rock slide. Oh, lets it through. Oh, gets the fire spin and the charge move. Niantic. Mod check, hello.
Boom.
Oh, you do it. Oh,
did
man.
it.
All right. Here comes Rainy. No shields down yet. Gonna bring in the Licky here. Looks like a solid play, right? I mean, save the DD. Got enough health to maybe get to a move later. You've gone for the power whip 2 out of 3 times. This is attempt number 3. Let's see if he shields. Does he learn his lesson? No, he does not learn his lesson. Oh, man. That is tough for the Hawk.
Yeah. This is a crazy ending, actually, to this game.
Panic deciding to shield this game as well. Wow. This is really just out of character for both of these trainers. Let's see. Rainy gets another Weather Ball here. Licky, Best Buddy Ribbon looking thick. Going to try to throw another Body Slam here. Good timing there. Good pacing. Let's see, right? Because you want this Licky in farm down range. If you're going to let this go, you still have 2 shields. So he does shield. He recognizes Licky's power. If you don't have it low enough, it can really, really torture the switch in, maybe make it a little bit weaker than you would hope as you're gathering that energy. Weather Ball doesn't KO. No sniping action. Licky goes down. So Panic's got a couple options here. Brings in the Rainy, water on water. It's getting real wet, but it's all resisted. Let's see. Does he try to catch? I think it's risky to catch, and I think he's anticipating it. Tries to go for it. Makes him throw the energy. DD has just enough health to force the move here. Really nice play. Oh my god. Thunder. Lightning and the thunder. Boom, boom, clap. Here we go with the Cresselia. 2 confusions. Excellent timing. Excellent timing on the throw here.
I have to maximize every water gun and deny every confusion.
Panic wants every drop here. He's got to really, really be careful with the energy. Not throwing a thunder. Oh, look at that timing. 3 water guns in the throw. This is poetry in motion. Throwing the next weather ball here. Cresselia just taking it. Cresselia is a champ. Trying to build up to the double grass knot. Chat, what's the count? Does he have it? It's really, really important to know. Let's see. Definitely grass knot. No question. Of course. Let's see. You've got to maximize here. If you let a confusion through, it is a death sentence. Oh my god, he's almost to the double weather ball. Maybe could have done one more water gun. Panic. I'm not trying to be critical. Let's see here. Shields. Here comes a confusion. That's all he needs. That is the window. The door has opened. Gonna go ahead and throw this move here. This will be enough. He's got to pew-pew his way to victory. A few more. Uh-oh. Still 2 Pokemon in the back. Mindful of the sack. Rainy versus 3 Mons and a shield. This is looking rough, says TZ. I agree. Oh, here comes the Ninetales. You gotta pew-pew it down. Come on. Oh, tries to make this sack. Bad time to sack. Rainy gets the energy. It gathers that weather ball. Down goes the Ninetales. Victory from the Rainy cast. Man, I think we're all soaked after that one.
We are.
Oh my god, look at that HP.
I know, barely hanging on. Get the sweep.
Man, that's the thing, right? If they swap in too early, they just feed it. They feed the Rainy cast, and it makes it even easier for you. I think that was game deciding.
Yeah.
Let's go. He knew it was going to be recorded.
Absolutely.
Wow. Yeah. So the funny thing is, chat, in our Mazer chat, Panic won. We all congratulated him. Everything was great. And then he said, I'm still kind of pissed I didn't get the sweep. And we're like, champ, just relax. Just relax, man. Like, you won it. Just enjoy it. Panic did a really, really great job. Awesome gameplay tonight, man. I really enjoyed this.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks for hanging out. Appreciate it. It was a lot of fun.
Dude, of course, man. Always good to see. I'm glad that's worked out for you. I'm glad. I hope to see you in Continentals, dude. Hopefully we don't pair.
I know. It's not really any easy matchups, right? You're all playing regional champions or people that barely didn't make it to the finals, so every game is gonna be a bloodbath. Should be a lot of fun.
Exactly. I'm sorry, man. I won't share strats with you. I'm going to be sparring with European partners, Latin American partners as well. TZ, I'll call you.
Sounds good. Yeah, I'm going to be gathering my own scrim partners, so don't take any of mine.
I'm taking Felix. Don't even think about it.